Welcome back to video number 3 for this Monday morning. Of course, some more information has come out about their Colombian tour. Who really paid for what? Because there has been such massive backlash over this whole tour. So let's just jump in and cover what we have for today, shall we? Let's go. You know, I'm beginning to wonder if newspapers don't watch the YouTube videos and go off of there, because I've told you guys before about this really weird seating arrangement when Harry and Meghan went to that luncheon in Colombia, where literally Harry was an afterthought. Those are exactly the words that I used. Supposedly, this lunch was thrown in their honor, but it appears from all the photos and videos that this luncheon was thrown in Meghan's honor. Harry was seated across the table legs, not within touching distance of Meghan, almost like he was an afterthought. We saw this guy, he was walking up and down, describing the wine and the food, speaking in Spanish, and he was directing all of his information towards Meghan. And Harry at one point got so bored watching everything go on with Meghan, he just went on eating his food. He just decided he was going to keep eating because there was absolutely nothing for him to do. It literally looks like they're having dinner in a break room and somehow Harry got the last spot. And so as the proper royal, Harry should have been next to the VP with Meghan on the other side, not the other way around. I've said this before. It's like people forget that Harry is the blood royal, not Meghan. Now, of course, after he handed Meghan the gift and shook hands with Meghan and, blah, 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 then as a last afterthought, he went over and shook Harry's hand. But it was such an afterthought. And it really resonates how much Harry's life has changed. He has gone from being William's spare to being Meghan's spare. You guys see that, right? I mean, it's all about her now. And before he was complaining it was all about William. Now he's complaining, now it's all about her. I don't get it. I don't get it. And I don't understand why Harry doesn't open his mouth and say something. It's like he's programmed like a dog. That's terrible. All right, let's move on to the second part of this video. Everybody's talking about how the security for this trip cost 1.5 million pounds. And there's been such backlash that the people of Colombia are now putting out what in their words, really, who paid for what. Now, this is where you have to pay special attention to the wording, because what they're saying is that Harry and Meghan financed their trip and that of their team. That means they financed their flights. So basically, they got a free private jet from one of their friends and they flew over. And the price for that probably came from Archwell, from the donations that you guys gave to be given to charity. It was spent getting them there and back on a private jet. Okay, now some more weird wording. They're saying that events that Harry and Meghan attended were co-financed by international agencies that helped. So in other words, when they went to the drum beating or, they went to one of the other events, it was co-financed. But that has nothing to do with the security cost. The security cost was 1.5 million. Now they want you to believe that Archwell helped paid for some of the security. They did not, I assure you. You know who probably ponied up some of the money for the security? Invictus. And they do go on to say that while much of the cost was not covered by the Colombian government, some parts would have received state funding. Travel expenses, in other words, the helicopter they were flown around in, the private jet that took them from spot to spot, food, that sort of thing. But they're saying that, that Harry and Meghan got themselves to Colombia and back and other people helped. But notice they're not forthcoming with the information. Remember, you're looking at a country that has huge socioeconomic problems. A third of the people there live below the poverty line. And a lot of people are really angry because they're saying that billions that could have been used to expand coverage for children's canteens, pay the salaries of community mothers, seed the capital for Afro communities, or adapt sports venues that are practically in ruins, basically just went to shuffle Harry and Meghan around because the vice president saw them on Netflix and wanted them there. Now, this is where it really gets interesting. Do you know what Harry and Meghan donated for the millions that were spent on them? They donated a few drum sets to a learning environment, upgrades to an emotional gym. That's pretty much it. And I think it was reported she gave some jelly or some of her jam to the vice president when she arrived. That's it. Give us a $5 million vacation, and this is what we'll donate to you. Are you kidding me? Let me tell you what I know. The vice president said she did this to show everybody what a fabulous place Colombia is, and they could go there on vacation. If Harry and Meghan can't go there without that kind of security, what in the heck makes you think that the average person would want to go there with the amount of crime that this country has? Unless you can provide me that kind of security, I wouldn't step foot in that country. With the crime rate that they have, with the drug problems that they have, the shootings, the gangs, their own people don't feel safe. And that supposedly this was to showcase what a wonderful vacation spot it was. No, it showcased how dangerous it is. Seeing how people are responding to this tour and the fact that they got so much and they gave basically a set of drums and some jam and some small things, it's coming out now that Harry and Meghan are very embarrassed and they're at a crossroads because they don't know what to do next. What did they think? They weren't going to face any criticism? There were Colombian officials who were speaking out, saying that the only reason they were invited was because the vice president saw them on Netflix. And it was very unfair to all Colombians that they had to pay so much money to have Harry and Meghan visit when there are so many who are hungry and lack basic needs. The main problem here is they want to be doing royal tours like William and Catherine because this is what they love to do. But the backlash is so embarrassing. It's the same thing that with like when they went to Nigeria. It was supposed to be for Invictus, but instead it was all about Meghan. And now they're so emotional because Harry's 40th birthday is coming up and now he's starting to feel so far away. Let's be honest. His life is ruined and she ruined it. All right, you guys know what to do. Hit the like and the subscribe button and go down into the description box where you'll find the links to my Twitter, my Gettr, my Rumble, my email, my Patreon, which is currently paused, my Amazon wishlist, and a physical address in case there's something you want to send. For those of you who've donated to my coffee fund, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.